Hello and welcome back to Valkyria Chronicles. Now, there isn't actually going to be a mission this time, I just realised, because I need you to kind of vote on the staff members we get, if you like. Staff members. Squad members, I should say. So, we'll just go through the story bits until that occurs, really. So, yeah.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border. Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession. Bruhl's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees. Randgries, Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess. Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country. As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
So these are my new digs. Oh, my uniform. I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now. Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map. Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Welkin? Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually. So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
No way. That plating on the back, it's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle?
I'm unmuting my mic just to add a point that nobody fucking says that, Welkin. No one ever says things like that. That's not a normal thing to say. You don't just come out with things like that. That's just wrong. Alright?
Welkin?
Yeah.
What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle. King of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
He says it like in a, well, duh kind of manner. Just kick him in the balls and be done with it.
Huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking. I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Euphemism.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
Oh, good. We're actually going to get into some militaristic stuff. Good times. Now, I'm almost certain we get to pick our squad today. It'd be kind of embarrassing if it's wrong.
Come in. Excuse me, ma'am. Galleon Militia Enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Galleon Militia Enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am.
Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am.
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Valdio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welkin was in science and I was in archaeology. And just look at us now. No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying war, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today, but you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randgrees. They'll be your new home, so get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Right, then, this is where I believe I'll go to squad barracks first. We should be able to enlist who we want, I think. Wrong one. These are people we have in our squad already. These are the people that will always be in our squad. So we've got Welkin, tank commander, makes sense. Alicia is our scout. She's basically our #1 scout. She's better than all the other scouts, more or less. So that's Rosie. It says Bridget, just go with me, it's Rosie. She is our shock trooper. Now, shock troopers you've seen on the Empire side, I think, they're a lot sturdier. They have a machine gun instead of a single bolt Lee Enfield style rifle. And Largo is our rocket launcher man. Lancer, good at taking out tanks, preferably hitting the back. He'll be... All of these people are extremely valuable. They can't be killed either. These people, if they get injured, just withdraw. So, always handy. So, we'll leave for the timing. And command room. Ah, this is what I was looking for. So, I'm sure the captain will explain.
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome. This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits. Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works. This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear.
Yeah, they'll do the same what I did.
First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes.
It's a binocular symbol, it always looks like an ass to me, but whatever.
Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards.
Hint, hint.
That comes at the price of firepower.
Lies.
Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out.
Nonsense. You spend the majority of the game, especially when you're A ranking, using scouts because they're far, far better than anything else.
Next up, the shock trooper. They're the ones to break through enemy lines and clean up.
True to an extent, we use them, especially in our A-rank runs, we use them to get rid of things that a scout may have trouble with, or we just need to clear a path, really. Sometimes the scouts just can't run through an area, or will get mutilated on the next round. This is why we use the shock troopers.
They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets.
And yes, and for defense, we tend to park them places where they'll be useful.
While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings.
Quite frankly, they're very useful in certain situations, especially against tanks. You can actually use them to shoot the tank engine at the back, and if you powered them up using your orders command, which we'll get into later, You can take out entire tanks out with one of these guys. They're really useful.
Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant.
Again, fair point. But generally speaking, scouts are our bread and butter. These guys are more specialist when we need them. Same with the rest of them, to be honest.
After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets.
Did she say then anti-tank units? I think she did. Odd.
Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank.
That's a reasonable point and a fair point. That's generally speaking correct.
They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars.
They're also very, very useful for walking over mines. You can just basically bounce them along a minefield because of their heavy armor. They take very little damage.
Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Changing gears, we have the engineers. They handle supplies and perform combat support. They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site. They can place sandbags for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it.
We don't use engineers that much in our A rank run. We use them a couple of times, either to resupply people, especially on Chapter 7, I think it is, with the Batimus tank. Now, those of you who've played it will know what I'm talking about, and A ranking that is a difficult, not impossible, not that difficult, but it is difficult. And these guys are quite invaluable there to resupply all our dudes. So
their actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators.
Their low accuracy is a problem, but there's a couple of times we will need an engineer to take out someone using a headshot. It's not that bad, but you know.
Lastly, we have the snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance.
Which is as useful as it sounds, to be honest. Sometimes you need a target removed, and these guys are perfect for it. Their accuracy is off at a long range, though, so you have to be very careful.
You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see.
They basically don't have a drawback when it comes to range. What is more what they mean there. Scouts, for example, could technically pick off a target from like yay miles away, but they won't necessarily do very much damage, whereas these guys don't seem to do any damage at all. They don't seem to get a damage loss from the range, and a shot to the head takes someone out.
Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight.
Indeed.
Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for.
They're pretty much absolutely worthless at close range, which makes sense, and they can't move very far, so they have lots of limited use in our A rank runs. We do use them occasionally, mostly just at the very start, or to clear something we want out of the way. Makes sense.
That should cover the basics.
That it does.
Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you can swap units at any time.
Damn right. So, our squad people. Now, all of these people have likes and dislikes. We have, like you said, room for 20, so open slot 17. We have all these people. Now, to get this out of the way, there's a few people I will always have in my squad, just for a point. Ica.
Hey there, I'm Ica Thompson. I'll try my best. Sound good, Welkin?
Yes, it does. I miss you, Skies of Arcadia people. Anyway, we also have Vice, because, well, can't have Ica without Vice.
The name's Vice Engelbard. Let's go kick this war in the teeth.
It's good to have you back, Vice. And yeah, people have mentioned in the anime that he goes out like a bitch. Sucks and is stupid. That would never happen. Never happen. My man Vice, he survives the end. Now, in addition to the A rank run, let's put it this way. No man or woman gets left behind. Even if it makes the A rank more difficult. We don't let anyone die on the battlefield, not on my watch. Okay, so, let's go through these. So, let's go right to the top. Sorry, right, there we go. So, as you can see right at the top, they all have the sort of potentials, which is meadowbred, claustrophobic, fancies women, for example. So if I show you the info for these. Meadowbred. Standing in a grassy field helps them relax, enhancing the defense. Claustrophobic, fairly obvious. Drop in attack power in tight spaces. Fancies women, like having chicks around, means he shoots better. Fair enough. So, is there anything else we can do? Not yet, no, can't. So yeah, there are various forms. Desert allergy, chatty Cathy. When a close friend is nearby, they can't help. They all have friends, so as you can see here, the likes. So if he's near Alex, Nina, or Ted, his accuracy will go down because he's distracted. That kind of thing. They all have pluses and minuses, essentially. So, I'll try and go for them. Neat Freak. There you go. Decrease in accuracy. Darkson Bond. All the Darksons tend to have, like, a fair whack of the Darksons have Darkson Bond, which is helpful. Some of the people have Darkson Hater as well, which means you've got to be very careful with your squad. And likes to be in the camp. Cool. Country Bred, bad back, means he can't bend down. Camaraderie means having allies the same unit class, put some ease, raising their natural evasion. Meadow Bred, obvious, likes being meadowed. Bug in a rug, what's that one? Cozy Places, like increases stats. And being next to good friends increases stats, cool. Trooper Hater, obvious, doesn't like shock troopers, loses accuracy around them. Good Buddy, same thing. Born Leader, likes leading a squad. Having allies nearby sparks a sense of responsibility that leads into a natural boost in defensive ability. Metal Allergy, doesn't like being around metal. Steady drain of HP. Claustrophobic, again. So, Cherry, fancies men, so likes to impress men. Chatty Cathy, Child of Nature, Paved roads feel strange and coldly, discomfort and lowered defense. There you go. Neat Freak, we've seen that before. Night Vision. Night. There's very few dark maps actually, so that's relatively limited. There's a few, but not that many. Scout Killer, there you go. These are our shock troopers, I should add. Kevin, Metalhead, likes being around metal. Claustrophobic, you've seen. Kobe, Country Bred, Bad Back, Born Leader, all these things you've seen. Metalhead, Pessimist, this is a new one. Having less than half full HP, half full, haha, makes them throw away hope for the future, meaning less in defense. Metalhead, Shut In, that's Wendy. When holed up in the camp, they cease to pay attention in the world outside, causing a drop in defense. Edie. Edie actually has her own DLC mission, so a lot of people like Edie. Born Leader, Country Bred, Panicky. Charging into the face of enemy fire makes them panic, which is not actually that useful for what we're doing. But hey, it's not my decision, it's yours. You get to pick. Aisha. She has Desert Allergy, Lonely, which obviously pretty standard, with being alone, they don't like it, and Panicky. Jane. I like Jane. Jane is normally always in my squads. Child of Nature, Lancer Killer, and Imp Hater, all very, very good. Well, Child of Nature's, it doesn't really matter. You can avoid that pretty easily, but Imp Hater is particularly good, and, oh, this has just crapped out on me, apologies. If it desyncs, don't worry about it, because we're not doing any missions, so I'm not going to worry about it. Lancer Killer. So there you go. Jane is really cool, and she has a cool voice. I like Jane. Anyway. Nils! So, City Kid. Let's see, what's City Kid? Standing on paved roads, yeah, obviously. Lone Wolf, likes being by themselves. Camp Defender. Theold, Child of Nature. Night Blind. Dark is troubles. And Darkson Hater. This guy is a massive racist, so he doesn't like being around Darksons. Walter always wears sunglasses. Good old Walter. Desert Bred, Night Vision, Pessimist. You've seen all these. So, Hector, Metal Allergy, Born Leader. You can see their stats, and if you want to, please pause the video and see. You can see what's going on there. Yoko, City Kid, Born Leader. Elise Moore, Neat Freak, Camp Defender, Scout Hater. Now, Scout Hater I think you haven't seen before, right? There you go. Oops, I think I missed... Oh, did I miss a load? I think I did, sorry. There we go. Herbert, Desert Bred and Fatalist. All the engineers seem to have like a thing where they have a couple of dodgy skills. Fatalist is where, when HP reaches a single digit, they dive headlong into despair, causing low firing accuracy. It doesn't happen that often, so it's not really a big problem. Carl, Metalhead Lonely, good old Carl. Dallas, fancies women, Desert Allergy, and Man Hater. So, she loves ladies, but hates being around men. Having men nearby triggers a constitutional loathing so powerful it lowers accuracy, which can be a little bit problematic. Nadine, Pollen Allergy, Darkson Bond, Camaraderie. So she's pretty decent, although very low HP, so... Claudia, City Kid, Shut In. Oscar. Oscar's very good, actually. I like Oscar. Young he is, very young. I think he's 15, 16? Anyway, Meadow Bred, Night Vision, Imp Hater, all very, very useful skills, so... Boink, boink, boink. So, all very, very useful things to have. Catherine, Meadow Bred, Pessimist, Camaraderie. I don't know, I liked Catherine. She always seemed to be very accurate. I don't know whether it was just coincidence or not, but she seemed to... Okay, so that's everybody. That is literally the entire squad. So, pick who you like, guys. I will try and do it on a voting system. If you could use their name at some point, use their exact name. So you want Claudia, you pick Claudia. You want Nadine, you pick Nadine. You want Catherine, etc., etc. Don't shorten it or anything. Because what I'll do, if we do it that way, the people with the most votes gets in the squad. That's the easiest way to do it. If you want to put reasons why, I'd love to read them. And if you guys let me know if you want. I'll read their stories as well. They all have little interesting backstories. I got the big old art book for Valkyria Chronicles, and it covers a lot of this. So if you're interested, I can do that for our particular squad. And when we have this squad, we'll keep them all alive. So we'll go with that. Oh right, yes, I have to actually quit out here and load this up for next time. So, oh, that's a good point. Will it actually give us the same lot? That's a problem. We'll tell you what, I can swap them in and out. So what I'll do for the time being, I'll just shut up. I will pause. I will stop the video here. I will make a separate save file because I think it may lose it if I turn it off and try again. We'll have different people. What I'll do, I'll recruit whoever for now, then we'll just swap the ones in and out we actually want. So don't worry about it, we'll keep that covered. So please, take your picks, let me know, have a vote. Voting is exciting, this is a Let's Play after all. You tell me. And we'll go from there. So thanks very much for listening, guys, and watching, in fact, even though there wasn't a lot going on. And next time we'll tackle the mission, as well as having a brand new shiny squad that you pick. So, until then.